So we want to talk a little bit briefly about going global, right? Just the basics that we already know, which is, in the past, it was much harder for brands to become internationally recognized. We only had a few local brands like Coca-Cola, Nike, IBM, and so on and so forth. But when we started having the barriers in international trade, the model commerce laws, passed by the UN and adopted by other countries, being adapted by the treaty countries and member states, and more importantly, the advent of the internet, we start to see, mid-sized and smaller companies now able to compete globally. And one of the things we really wanted to push forth that we believe, make your business to really grow internationally is building a brand identity. I think our mom here and founder did an excellent job at it, and we really want to really bring that to light in depth. So if you can go to the next slide. Before that, there's problem statements. I think we kind of skipped that one a little bit. There we go. Okay. So basically, what do we feel is the problem or challenge? The challenge that I would say African markets, more particularly Nigeria, has or Nigerian businesses face in trying to scale up to a global brand. And we kind of identified some of the key ones that we found to be the challenges we faced. Of course, a lot of sounds like I heard the introduction. Some of you are in the exports community and can attest to the burdensome international trade policies that really deter a lot of businesses from going global. Please jump in if you cannot hear me, or if something isn't clear. We also have underdeveloped processing plants and techniques. We found that to be a huge deterrent for being able to package our products and move it from a raw form to a value-added or finished form, which of course, as you know, brings in more money, as China has been able to do. We also face discriminatory company policies that exclude a lot of African countries from doing business with us, just due to lack of trust. So you hear Nigeria, it's like, sorry, you won't hear back from that company again. We found that a lot, just even being able to start that initial email and being able to even say, hey, we want to come and meet you personally. We found we had to actually meet a lot of companies personally for them to take us seriously, which has been very cumbersome cost-wise. Okay, and then lastly, of course, there's a lack of adequate funding, and being able to get the right both internally or domestically and internationally. So based on these challenges, we're then going to look at the trajectory of the Quincy brand. And just for people who are not conversant of the Quincy brand, we are basically a small to medium-sized Nigerian herbal products brand. We've expanded beyond that, but for the purposes of this, we are mostly recognized as a Nigerian herbal product brand. And we want to talk to you about how we're able to achieve global recognition in recent times. So we can go ahead and skip to the next slide. Okay, there we go. Oh, it went one by one. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to then introduce formally again Quincy Herbals, the sort of the summary and the background of how it became a global brand. As you know, it's a family-owned business that started in Nigeria in 1996. Our matriarch, Dr. Mrs. Quincy Ayodele, actually came from a long line of traditional medicine practitioners. And she basically modernized and improved her grandparents' recipes. She was really looking for the best herbs that would help with health, general health, and weight loss and skincare. Going into the business, she found that there was a lot of erroneous negative stigma associated with practicing alternative medicine in Nigeria as of 1996. Some of you, I believe everyone was alive and well at that time and could attest to the fact that Western medicine had all but erased our traditional forms of medicine at that time. It was considered backward, it was considered dangerous, it was considered uncouth to use natural medicine remedies, and even fetish, exactly, in 1996. And so she found that she had to persistently advocate for the modern practice of herbal medicine. As you rightly mentioned, Mr. Boyede, of when you got into her clinic, you were sure to see the mix of Western structure in practicing medicine, meaning that we use stethoscopes to check your blood pressure before we administer herbal remedies to you and things like that. And so we had to really spend a lot of time and effort to educate the general public about the proper practice and use of medicinal plants. Sorry about this. Okay, so yes. So as we just summed up the achievements over the past 26, 27 years, during that time, Dr. Quincy Herbals was appointed as a WHO expert on the development of African traditional medicine practitioners and products, during which she was able to travel all over Africa, working with other practitioners and professors, and of course, WHO and ECOWAS, the governing bodies for traditional medicine, and was able to push the efficacy of medicinal herbs to the global forefront. Before that time, I think during that time, you were one of the very few practitioners that actually were practicing. Most of the people were professors and had a lot of theories about.
I was the only practitioner representing Africa in the WHO team.
Everybody else were just theories. You're the only practical.
I was
the only clinician.
I was the only practitioner in the field of practice of traditional medicine, representing all practitioners in Africa in the WHO team.
And this was way back starting 1999.
Yes. She's been to several African countries, even China as well, to talk more on African traditional medicine, as opposed to, we all know about Chinese traditional medicine.
It was a fight, it was a battle for WHO to actually recognize the efficacy of medicinal plants. And what caught them unaware was that they stated that the Western medicine has failed the world. So they wanted to look into the other method of medicine, which is traditional medicine. They wanted to develop it because I told them that there has been no fake pawpaw leaf, no fake no fake medicinal plants. And but they told us that they had a lot of fake medicines, they had a lot of fake everything about them. They said it was fake. So I said, in our own practice, nobody has found any fake medicinal plants. And that's caught them, and then we started from there.
Yeah, so basically at the end of, I think one of the major achievements from that was a communique that was reached to integrate traditional medicine into current healthcare system. So integration means that in hospitals and in Western, the average Western medicine practice, like a clinic, you should also have the ability to see an integrated medicine doctor or an alternative medicine doctor or a complementary medicine doctor to also solve the same issue that you've come into the clinic for. That's basically what it means in a nutshell. Currently, we have Ghana, we have Mali, and South Africa that have actually introduced partial health insurance coverage for traditional medicine and services, but we haven't, more to come on that, but we're actually one of the first integrative clinics in Nigeria as part of our expansion plan. As you can also see, there's over 34 research institutes that have been established that are dedicated to research and development of African traditional medicine. So we're very excited that we've come a long way in 20-something years. I believe African traditional medicine and natural medicine as a whole on a global scale is a force to be reckoned with. It is something that everyone uses unashamedly, unabashedly. It is now something that people are proud of. And if, in fact, people are leaning towards natural products in general, whether be it in cooking, be it in your clothing, fairly sourced, sustainable products are being preferred to synthetic products. So we can go ahead and change to the next slide, please. I'm going to run through this as well. Focusing on our brand, we were able to develop a highly effective organic detox tea. That's one of our first products that we launched globally. It was to aid weight loss using the best quality herbs in the markets. And then my sister and I actually created the Q Bright Plus skincare line. We really had a passion for skincare, and we decided to really hone our skincare products using natural formulas. And that's also one of our products that we launched internationally. As you can see, we're really repositioning ourselves to deliver our products globally in the 21st century. Okay, and now I'm going to hand it over to Dr. Mrs. Quincy herself. So I know you all are very interested in this part of the presentation, the process. How did Quincy Herbals go global?